Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a little princess. Her father was a king, because that's how those things are. He loved his little princess, and so did all the people of the kingdom.
Huzzah for the little princess!
Huzzah?
Well, that's fairy tale for hooray!
Oh.
The little princess was very happy, and small wonder. She had everything and anything she wanted. Beautiful little jewels to wear, a lovely little garden to play in, a little mechanical horse to ride, even her own little castle to live in. All went well until one awful day when the princess began to grow. She grew, and she grew, and she grew. The people of the kingdom were greatly disturbed.
What's all the fuss?
The little princess has grown.
So? All princesses grow.
Like that?
Oh.
The king was very upset,
My little girl is all grown up.
but he made the best of it.
Nothing will change. You're still my little girl. You'll have everything just as before.
So the king summoned the royal jeweler and ordered him to make some special jewelry. It was huge. He commanded the royal gardener to grow some special flowers. They were enormous. He ordered the royal engineer to make a special mechanical horse. It was tremendous. He even told the royal architect to build a special castle right next to his own. After all that, you'd think everything would be fine. But no.
No? No, Your Highness. We're broke.
Broke?
Shattered. There's not a pazuzu left in the treasury. Jewelry, garden, horse, castle, in that order. They all add up to broke.
Well, what do you suggest? To get some pazuzas.
What else? Taxes.
And so the people of the kingdom were taxed and taxed and taxed. There was a tax on fences.
100 pickets, 100 pazuzas.
There was a tax on trash.
3 cans, 3 pazuzas.
On doors.
1 door, 1 paz. 2 doors, 2 pazuzas.
There was even a tax on smoke.
7 puffs.
I know, 7 pazuzas.
And a tax on children.
8, 9, 10, 10 and a half pazuzas.
As a result of the taxes, the people of the kingdom became angry. And you know who they blamed?
It's her fault.
Look at those jewels. Rocks from the mountains would have done.
Look at that horse. It must have cost 1,000,000 pazuzas a day to run that thing.
Small wonder we got high taxes.
Yeah, small wonder.
Why don't you get a job?
Yeah, you're big enough now.
Upon hearing this ridicule from the people who had once loved her, the princess became very sad.
Look at that.
We'll be flooded out.
You mark my word, next year we're going to have a tax on umbrellas.
In his castle nearby, the king was feeling very worried and sad and wet.
You know, she isn't the same happy princess.
So he summoned his royal cabinet for advice. The royal accountant, the royal lawyer, the royal writer, the royal efficiency expert, each of them gave their advice.
More taxes.
Tougher laws.
More publicity.
Get rid of her.
Get rid of her? But how?
Marry her off.
Brilliant! I shall give a golden slipper to the suitor who wins my daughter's hand.
A golden slipper? Isn't that rather a small prize?
If it's one of her slippers, it's big enough.
So a proclamation was made throughout the kingdom, and one by one the suitors arrived at the castle to ask for the princess' hand. When they actually saw it, though, they soon changed their minds. The princess became sadder and sadder.
King, you gotta do something. She'll wash out the crops.
So the king began to send the princess for long walks in the woods. One day, on one of her walks, she met a strange little man.
Hello, strange little man.
Hiya, Princess.
Aren't you going to run away because I'm so big?
Of course not. Aren't you gonna laugh because I'm so funny looking?
Of course not.
So they quickly became friends. Every day they would talk together about all kinds of things. They would laugh together. They even took long walks together. Then one day the princess said,
Perhaps you're an enchanted prince. Maybe if I kissed you, you would grow as big as I am.
Well, what do we got to lose?
So the princess kissed the funny-looking little man. He didn't change a bit.
I guess I'm, just not the enchanted type.
Ah, but something began to happen to the princess. She grew smaller and smaller and smaller until she was even smaller than the strange little man.
Oh, this is just the right size to be.
So the funny little man won the princess' hand, which was just the right size now. And he lived happily ever after, and she lived happily ever after, and the king lived happily ever after.
But what about the taxes?
Yeah, what about the taxes?
Oh, don't be silly. We can't have everybody living happily ever after.